So it is my birthday, and I've decided that I wanted to give away some of my favorite things that I really enjoyed. And it's really to say thank you to all of you guys that have stuck with me for so long and checking out everything. So I have all the details of what's going on and what I'm giving away. There's some good stuff, whether you want like barbecues, teas, meditation, reading, I got you covered. So how to enter is simple. If you've already subscribed to our newsletter, I've already put your email address in the draw. And if not, no worries, I've got you covered as well. You could just go to the website and put your email address in where it says the newsletter subscribe box. And I've also put the actual link in the show notes so you can just click away. So it's interesting, you do a lot of reflection, especially once you're on your birthday. I think that's what always kind of happens. And someone asked me recently if podcasting has changed my life. And it really got me thinking, was this a game changer for me? And the answer is totally yes. Podcasting has made me more courageous and more adventurous. That is 100% for sure. But I still get inspired every time I do a podcast episode. And there's some episodes I don't air because I just don't feel like it's good enough value for yourself, for myself, for any of us listeners. So I put them on the park bench. But I absolutely love being surrounded by people that are constantly challenging the status quo. I mean, I am doing more things than I would have ever done before. I'm trying new things. I'm constantly thinking, why not? Instead of the words, but, I actually have a new fresh take on things. And I actually think it's really important that maybe if you guys tried to take out the word, the but from our vocabulary just for a couple of days, see what happens. It's kind of really interesting. So at the end of 2018, I actually said I was going to make a 6-month goal instead of yearly goals because I wanted to be flexible to add things and change as I kind of saw fit. So at the end of 2018, I said these were my 3 goals, and I'm going to give you a quick status update and then share with you some other stuff that's kind of happening as well. So my whole thing about me experimenting, not doing yearly goals kind of worked. Like I managed to hit all of my goals for the 6 months in 2019, all 100% of them, plus a little bit more. Where in 2018, where I had set the whole yearly goal, I actually only accomplished 2/3 of them. Weird, right? I thought that was really fascinating. So having a shorter time frame and actually different projects, and even though my book took forever to come out, it a lot longer than I anticipated, and I did a whole lessons learned about that. But it was really interesting because, the first goal was I wanted to publish my networking book, and I have to say I really nailed it. Like even beyond my own surprise. Like not only did I end up publishing this book, I ended up on the Amazon bestsellers list, which literally took me by surprise. First of all, I really need to thank everyone for their amazing support on the book launch. Like it could not have happened without any of you. So the Connect the Dots, Turning Strangers into Meaningful Network Relationships, I have to say this book was literally the hardest thing I've ever done. But I have been getting so many amazing emails and notes, and people are really finding the book and companion book so useful. It is really amazing. One listener actually said that the book had a chicken soup for the soul type of feeling, and they loved all the stories. I am so glad. This has definitely been a labor of love, and especially since my nieces have been watching me do everything, every step of the way. They've been fascinated by the process, so I really wanted to put my best effort out. I don't know if you know, but my book was actually named by my niece. She wanted to understand what this whole networking book was about, and she named it. She's like, oh, it's like Connect the Dots. And the best thing was I got a picture from my brother-in-law where he sent me a picture of my niece reading the book. And I thought, oh, wow, that's exactly why I wrote it. It was for them, because I was so afraid that if this generation was struggling with connecting with people, then what chance did my nieces and nephew had? And this picture honestly screams 1,000 words and a billion tears, that's for sure. However, I had to tell my brother-in-law that we probably shouldn't let her read it because she's a little too clever to begin with. And with all of these things and learning how to build relationships so she stays ahead of the curve, she's already going to negotiate like there's no tomorrow. And now she's going to be a master manipulator and know how to get what she wants even faster. And she's only 10. I don't know what the future is going to bring for this girl, but I am definitely intrigued. The second goal I had at the end of 2018 was that I wanted to do a couple of webinars, which I have. I actually did a really great sales webinar, and I discussed common sales proposal mistakes and best practices that are out there. And, I'll put all the webinar information, because I recorded it, into the actual show notes. I just really love sharing and teaching and learning from others, because some of these common mistakes are such small things that just say so much volumes. It's kind of like not looking in your blind spot. So I got it all there, and I even put a cheat sheet there so people can actually be able to really think a little bit more ahead when they're doing any sales or business development. My goal number 3 was to finalize a volunteer partnership so that we could actually start to make a bigger impact on the world. Look, I truly believe that education and awareness is so instrumental in overcoming any challenges and obstacles. So if children started teaching their uneducated parents, then we actually have a hope for the future. Like, who better to teach and learn from than your own children? So I need to find something that actually really fit with what I believed in and what was actually happening. And I finally found a charity that did just that. So I've partnered with this group called FFLV, and it's called Food for Life Meridian, and it's really brilliant. And in fact, a portion of all the proceeds from the book and the online courses are actually going to them. Now, they actually run schools and provides free education, meals, skills training, and medical help to over 1,500 girls in India. This includes meal distribution, cleaning, tree planting, paper recycling, organic farming, sewing, embroidery, and they provide training for women in the villages as well. It's amazing how intense hardship girls still face, without an education. It's unfortunate to believe that child marriages is still common. And, until at a very early age that, it's crazy to think that. And it really gets me nervous when I look at my nieces around me. So what they try to do in this organization, this FFLV, and I'll put the link in so you guys can see more about it, they actually aim to keep the kids in school until she's 18 to prevent early marriage. So they actually encourage and support these girls to pursue university and education if she wants as well. It's such a great feeling to know that we're making a bigger impact everywhere we go. So anyways, I am really excited. I finally found someone and an organization that really hits a lot of my core of my DNA, and I'm really enchanted by them, but it's crazy. So keep thinking. It's been a year and a half and I've been producing podcasts, and I have been having way too much fun. And I'm actually really excited that you're enjoying it with me, because there's just so many amazing innovators out there. And in fact, one of the little shifts that have been happening is not only that I'm highlighting Canadian innovators so that we could be more inspired to run our areas of our careers better, offer new ideas, innovate our lives. We also are going to be having additional global innovators start talking a little bit more about innovation best practices. And of course, other types of episodes about essential business life skills based on the questions and answers I get all the time. I love them. So please keep sending it. One of the big things I've been getting a lot recently, especially when we're talking about innovation and how a lot of these guys and girls are disrupting areas that they didn't see coming. And, a couple of my audience listeners, you guys had mentioned to me that you really like the fact that I just don't focus on one area. I showcase multiple different industries, different avenues of those industries, of all the different areas that they're creating this improvement. So a lot of questions have resulted about their own careers, and it makes sense, right? With all of this talk about innovation and automation, outsourcing, mergers, acquisitions, it's really kind of hitting a bit of the nerve. And people keep asking, when it's going to happen or if it's going to happen. And the truth really is, it's not an if question. It's a question of when are all those careers going to get disrupted. You see, we're actually on the slow side of change right now because a lot of the infrastructure and frameworks are still being developed. And it's only a matter of time of when these frameworks get actually built, that other stuff gets built on top of it, and it'll get done faster and faster and faster. So it's quite a really difficult game, and it's a hard challenge. And one of the things that management consultants do really well is that they stay ahead of the game. So in order for us to get, bigger dollars that, out there, because we're staying on top of what's happening in the industry and we make ourselves marketable. So I actually decided that I'm going to actually do this for everyone. So I created an online digital course called Future Proof that helps you and anyone else in your life that you are scared that they may not be ready, prepared for the change, I've got you covered. You can even so not just future-proof yourself, this will help you even get noticed and promoted, and it's a big deal because we need to be a lot more innovative, not just for ourselves, we don't get disrupted, but companies, they are looking for people like you. And I'm going to give you all the tools that you can do it. So yes, I'm giving you everything I have. So what's my goals in the next 6 months? Well, I'm going to do group coaching calls especially for those people that are in the Future Proof digital course. I'm going to share all those timeless management consulting secrets and help them understand things, what's happening in their own environment, and really become disruptors instead of being disrupted. And I'm really excited for this online course. Like, it's 8 hours of pure gold. Pure gold. I know I talked about how hard writing the first book is, but would you believe it? My goal number 2 is writing another book. But it's crazy because people have given me so many ideas of things they want me to write about. So I've got like 5 different topics, and I do need to sit down and do some prioritization. And honestly, I think this one will be even easier than the first time around because I've learned a lot of lessons. And the third goal is I'm going to do some workshops and webinars from discussing about innovation trends to be able to talk about how you innovate your own careers and innovate your businesses, but how to also network effectively, because it's still a really big, hard area that we still are not, connecting enough with. And it's fun. It's really fun once you get a little bit of the hang of it. So 2019 is going to be awesome. Like I said, I did the 6 months of planning and goal setting, and honestly, it's really lived up to the challenge. Like in 2018, I put a year-round goal, and I only hit 67% of them. 2019, I only did goal planning for 6 months, managed to hit all of my goals. Plus, I launched a virtual book club that I absolutely adore. And you guys can join the book club. It's the Brain Food Book Club. You can find us on Facebook. It's free, easy to join. And honestly, you don't need to read the book to get the value from the conversation, because it's really one of those things where it goes multiple different directions. So anyways, I know I've talked a lot, but I want to talk about my birthday and what I'm giving away. And honestly, I have to say thank you so much for the generosity from all of these amazing companies. So I don't know if you guys remember, on episode 7, I had Mark LaFleur from True Local, and they have generously donated an amazing steak gift basket. So ready for the barbecue season, and it's going to be amazing. So you can check him out on episode 7, but we are going to get him back because he was on Dragon's Den, and a year later, his business is gone, like growing like wildfire. It's crazy how much it's grown. So we're getting him back to find out what's kind of going on. But anyways, they've donated a beautiful gift basket so you guys can get your steaks on their barbecue. The other giveaway is from Tea's Tea. They have also generously donated a brilliant tea basket. And by the way, like, Tea's Tea is really changing the world. Like, they're not only just a global brand, but they actually have created the Tea's Tea Founders Fund to help other innovators and entrepreneurs get some mentorship. Like, they're really trying to help and do something amazing, and they're brilliant. And it's funny because I do love tea, but I am addicted to my coffee. I will not lie. But once I started drinking these teas, my life has kind of changed a little bit. Like, I've become addicted to the Skinny in the City, and they have this turmeric tonic. It's brilliant. Like, I cannot say how much it is so good. And the next thing I'm dying to try is this matcha bamboo kit. Looks so good. I can't wait. And they're giving that away. We're giving away all of that as a gift to our listeners. And of course, my other favorite thing is the Muse headband. I don't know if you've heard Ariel Garten, and you know that I absolutely love her. We've had her on the podcast 3 times, and this Muse meditation headband is awesome. Like, it's really changed so much from me. It's now actually part of my daily ritual, that where I actually put the headband on and it just actually clear my mind. It's like clearing all the cookies in your browser or waking up to a clean bedroom. It's really amazing. And I love the fact they actually not just, say, hey, you need to meditate because it's better for you. They actually teach you how to do it. Now, we've had Ariel on our podcast a couple of times, in episode 41, where she teaches us about how to optimize the crazy in our minds. And then we had her on episode 45, where she actually taught us the innovation mindset. Guys, ladies, this was so much pure gold. I got so many responses to this one. It is amazing. And a lot of people for the episode 45, but the innovation mindset, because it was so practical and tactical, they actually did it with their children. And it opened up conversations that they didn't have before. And some of these messages I got, I was just like, wow. Like, I knew it was really great because I really learned a lot, and she really helped me with a lot of things. But I had no idea that the impact was going to be so great. And in fact, I loved it so much of all her tips. I actually put it in the Connect the Dots book, because people really do need to reset their mindset about multiple different things. And we've gone all of these rules that we put in our mind and barriers that may not actually exist. So it's really interesting. So, and the last part of our giveaway is going to be some of our Brain Food Book Club great reads. I've got a few of our favorite books I'm giving away. So, The Coaching Habit by Michael Bungay-Stanier, we had him on episode 49. Like, it has really transformed the way I ask questions, I think about things. It's really great. And anyone that's read it has felt the same way. I mean, there's a reason why he's a bestseller forever. That book is seriously really, really an essential book to have. The second book that I'm giving away is Your One Word by Evan Carmichael. And I had him on episode 77, where he actually helps you figure out your untapped potential. Like, isn't that brilliant? And he honestly gives so many value bombs. It's unbelievable. In fact, one of our Brain Food Book Club, I guess we're clubbies, I guess. So anyways, Sarah, she actually put a video together about how much this book has changed her way of her thinking. And I know Julie, she hasn't been able to read other books because she's still working through some of those exercises, because it's just really that profound and that you just want to nail it. And so they're doing it. And of course, part of this book bundle, I'll be giving away my copy of my own book as well, Connecting the Dots, Turn Strangers into Meaningful Network Relationships. And honestly, if you listen to episode 81, I actually had a bunch of networking tips and a cheat sheet that you can take a look at. So I just want to say, again, thank you so much. This birthday, I really am really excited about, because not only because of what I've accomplished, but I really love the fact that I get emails and messages from you guys that tell me that you like this, or you want to learn this, or you can hear about this, or you're recommending someone else that's doing brilliant things. It is such a great feeling that I started doing this just for me, and there's so many others that are just like me out there that are really getting pumped up, and there's just seeing that the world is of endless possibilities. So anyways, I just wanted to say so much. Thank you so much. I'm really excited for the next 6 months. I've got some stellar things that are coming up, but more importantly, there are some innovators that are coming up that are going to blow your mind. And some are starting as young and early as 11 years old. Crazy, right? It just makes you get really fueled up. And again, please, if you've already subscribed to the newsletter, don't worry, I've already entered your email address in the draw. And if not, just go to the website and put your email in the newsletter subscribe box, and then it will get automatically entered. And again, I put the links in the show notes, and I really just wanted to give you some of my favorite things and to say thank you so much for an incredible journey so far. We've got a lot more coming up, and I can't wait to hear your thoughts. Love you all. Cheers.